To complete the pediment part of the assignment, what we need to do is to copy this component and rotate it and place it on this part of the building back here. So I'm going to show you a couple different ways of doing that. And what we need to do first is to just make a copy of this. So I'm going to go to the move command, pick it anywhere, tap it, and move it out in the green direction here to show you. The first way is probably the easiest, and if you select this and right click in this menu, you will always have a flip along, and it'll give you the components red, green, and blue access directions. So we don't want to flip it upside down, that would be the blue, and what we need to do is to pick the green because we want to flip it and have this part where the little beak is on this side. So if we flip it from here to here, it's along the green axis direction. If I do this and right click and flip it along the red, nothing happens because we just flipped it from here to here, and this is the red. So what we need to do is to use the green. So once we do that, you can see that this little part appears on this side, and so we can just simply move this whole component from this corner and place it on the guideline that I made over here in this area here. But I wanted to show you another way. In AutoCAD, we have a designated mirror command, but in SketchUp, you would have to upload a plugin to do that, and it's not necessarily advisable to do that for right now, but I'm going to show you the simple mirror way in SketchUp that we can do this. So it's using the scale command. So if I select that component and scale it, let me first undo that so it's the way that I made a copy of it. So if we go to scale and we select this, we don't want to do that. Let's select this first and then go to scale. You can see that all these grips are there. And if you notice when I pick this middle grip, and if you look in the lower right hand corner down in here, when I first pick it, it should say 1. Now if we just move it to the left and keep on going until it says -1, we're the exact opposite in that direction that I'm moving, and that's what we need. So all I have to do is pick there, and when you come over here you can see that the little beak is on this side. So that's also fairly easy. You can flip along. Now the third way, I'm going to flip along back on the green so we have the profile over here on this side, is just the standard rotating command. So if you select this, and what we need to do is to get into the rotating command, and we need, you see how this is becoming different colors, okay? We need to have the blue protractor, so I would tap the up button on your keyboard and pick somewhere in the middle here. So I'm just going to pick the very top midpoint, okay, something like this, and then along the red axis is where you want to grab it. So you just move it this way or this way. I'm just moving my mouse, and as long as you see the red, then you can pick anywhere. So I'm going to pick there, and then I'm just going to move my mouse 180 degrees like this, and you can see in the corner down here it'll snap to the 180 degrees, and when it does that, then you can just pick again, and it is in the position that we need. So those are 3 ways of doing that. So you can pick one way or try all 3. It's good to practice. So when you do that successfully, just grab this component, move it from this little corner here, and I'm backing down to my views so I can come over here. I've already made my guideline right there. It's going to snap on that endpoint and pick there. Okay, so again, kind of check around, see if it looks like the front of the Parthenon, and this side looks good. I'm going to orbit around to here. Looks good. So that is the completion of the pediment, and the next step is to create the roof slopes in between. And for that part, I'll just continue with this. We need to make a surface here from the ridge point here to the ridge point here, down to here, across, and back up. Now, if you remember, these are components. And if you remember, a surface needs to have a perimeter on the same plane in order to fill in. So it's fairly easy if you just take your time by going to the line command, picking this ridge point and picking the opposite. Make sure again you are along the green axis, picking there. And then you have to zoom in very close because you don't want to pick there, you don't want to pick there. That's where you want to pick, right there. Then back out of your view a little bit and then come all the way over here, zoom in so you make sure that you're picking that point there. Zoom out again and then go up to the end point where you originally started, and you should have a surface like that filled in. Okay, now if you zoom in really close, here we have a gap right here that needs to be filled in as well. So as long as it's on the same plane, you should be able to pick a rectangle there and zoom out and zoom in over here and pick there. So it filled in. And you can try that on this part as well. But I just wanted to show you that you had to make a line to that point there, the opposite over here, and on top of the ridge. So I'm going to reverse that face because it's the wrong color, and go to reverse faces. Where is it? There it is. Okay, so on this side it's the exact same thing. So let's try just with the rectangle this time, from this point to here, and it's not working. Let's see if I can get it to work here like that. So you can see that it's not really working out for me with the rectangle. On that slope. So I'm going to go back to my line command, and I already have a line there. So I'm going to pick here because I need a line on this side. Zoom in, pick there, come over here, pick there, and back up to here. Should fill in. Okay, and don't forget that little gap on the underneath here. So zoom in again, pick a corner, zoom out, come over here, and pick this opposite corner. It should fill in. Okay, now I think I see something, so I'm going to zoom in real close. So you see that? Something went awry. And so I'm going to undo that part, and I'm going to try it again from this corner here to the opposite corner right here. Now, if I look at that, you see it's not working for me like the other side. So I'm just going to undo that, and just with my pencil command, I'm going to pick there and pick there and then go all the way across here. Pick there and pick up here. Okay, so you see sometimes it doesn't want to give you that rectangle, so you can use the line command and manually make the 4 sides that you need to fill in that surface. Okay, now one last step is to make the slope part a group, so I'm going to triple pick it, right click, make it a group. Okay, so the whole roof structure should also be a group, and we have a component there, and a group there, but the whole roof structure should be also one component. So I'm going to select that, hold down the shift key, select both pediments, right click, and make it a group. Okay, so if we wanted to just take off this whole roof section, we can just right click and hide it. Okay, I'm going to unhide that. So that is the completion of the pediment and the roof assignment.